Imagine you're stuck in a tunnel only 10 inches wide. You're upside down, you can't turn around, you can't push yourself back. Now imagine staying there for 27 hours. This isn't a horror movie, this really happened. On November 24th, 2009, inside Nutty Putty Cave, a 26-year-old medical student named John Edward Jones crawled headfirst into a narrow passage and became permanently trapped. John had entered the cave during Thanksgiving weekend with family members. Nutty Putty Cave was popular among amateur explorers and known for its tight, twisting passages. It wasn't considered an extreme cave, but it did contain sections that required crawling through very tight spaces. Deep inside the cave, John attempted to enter what he believed was a known narrow route called the Birth Canal. Instead, he mistakenly crawled into an unmapped tunnel that rapidly narrowed. As he moved forward headfirst down a steep vertical crack, gravity pulled him deeper into the constriction. Then he realized something was wrong. The passage became too tight. When he tried to back up, there was no space to move. He was wedged inside a crevice approximately 10 inches wide and 18 inches high, angled downward at about 70 degrees. His feet were above his head. His arms were pinned in limited space. He was completely stuck. Being inverted for long periods is medically dangerous. Blood begins pooling toward the upper body. The heart works harder to pump against gravity. The diaphragm faces pressure, making breathing increasingly difficult. Over time, the cardiovascular system becomes strained. His family quickly called emergency services. Rescue teams arrived and began navigating the cave's tight corridors. Eventually, more than 100 rescuers were involved in the operation, but the environment made everything slow and complex. Equipment had to be carefully threaded through narrow bends. Only limited personnel could reach him at a time. Rescuers installed a rope and pulley system anchored into the cave walls. After many hours of effort, they managed to lift John several feet upward. For a brief moment, it seemed possible he could be freed. Then a critical anchor point failed. The rope system slipped. John slid back into the narrow crevice. The rescue effort had to start again. Time passed. He remained trapped upside down for approximately 27 hours. Medical personnel inside the cave monitored his condition as closely as possible under severe spatial limitations. In the early hours of November 25th, 2009, John Edward Jones suffered cardiac arrest. Resuscitation efforts were unsuccessful. Due to the extreme danger and instability inside the cave, authorities determined that recovering his body would put rescuers at serious risk. The cave was permanently sealed and remains closed to the public. The incident became one of the most well-known cave tragedies in the United States. It changed how recreational caving risks were perceived and highlighted the physical limits of rescue operations in confined underground environments. A tunnel only 10 inches wide, a single wrong passage, and 27 hours with no way to turn around. 10 inches of space, 27 hours upside down. Now ask yourself, would you stay calm or would panic take over? Comment below. What do you think happens to the human mind in total confinement? And if you want more real stories that test the limits of human psychology, subscribe. Because sometimes the most dangerous places aren't the deepest ones, they're the narrowest.